Nigri ni wewe mwanzo. Go is the beginning. In the name of she, capital S, capital H, capital I, who man Adam called son, S-U-N. In the name of the true begotten Son, Emmanuel, whose name means go with us. In the name of the true motherland, Nigritiya, land of the goals. Kunta Kinte, Kiswahili, Tower of Babel, the first tongue of man. Peace from above. Amani kutoka. Peace from above. How you doing? Good to see you. Fuwaho, Fuwaha, Wasabasiku. Happy 7th day. Fuwaha, Wasabasiku. Happy 7th day. As we take today and read the book of life, we're reading the New Testament of Emmanuel. Agano Jipya, Imanuel. Matthew chapter 26. Now it came to pass when Emmanuel had finished all these sayings that he said to his disciples, you know that after 2 days is the Passover, and the Son of Man will be delivered up to be crucified. Then the chief priests, the scribes, and the elders of the people assembled at the palace of the high priest, who was called Caiaphas. Excuse me. Caiaphas. Caiaphas. And plotted to take Emmanuel by trickery and kill him. But they said, not during the feast, lest there be an uproar among the people. And when Emmanuel was in Bethany at the house of Simon the leper, a woman came to him having an alabaster flask of very costly fragrant oil, and she poured it on his head as he sat at the table. But when his disciples saw it, they were indignant, saying, why at this waste? For this fragrant oil might have been sold for much and given to the poor. But when Emmanuel was aware of it, he said to them, why do you trouble the woman? For she has done a good work for me. For you have the poor with you always, but me you do not have always. For in pouring this fragrant oil on my body, she did it for my burial. Assuredly, I say to you, wherever this teaching is taught in the whole world, what this woman has done will also be told as a memorial to her. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priest, and he said, what are you willing to give me if I deliver him to you? And they counted out to him 30 pieces of silver. So from that time, he sought opportunity to betray him. Now on the first day of the feast of the unleavened bread, the disciples came to Emmanuel, saying to him, where do you want us to prepare for you to eat the Passover? And he said, go into the city to a certain man and say to him, the teacher says, my time is at hand. I will keep the Passover at your house with my disciples. So the disciples did as Emmanuel had directed them, and they prepared the Passover. When evening had come, he sat down with the 12. Now, as they were eating, he said, surely I say to you, one of you will betray me. And they were exceedingly sorrowful, and each of them began to say to him, brother, is it I? He answered and said, he who dipped his hand with me in the dish will betray me. The Son of Man indeed goes just as it is written of him. But woe to that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would have been good for that man if he had not been born. Then Judas, who was betraying him, answered and said, brother, is it I? He said to him, you have said it. And as they were eating, Emmanuel took bread, blessed, and broke it, and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body. Then he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, drink from it, all of you, for this is my blood of the new covenant, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. But I say to you, I will not drink of this fruit of the vine from now on until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. And when they had sung a song, they went out to the Mount of Olivet. Then Emmanuel said to them, all of you will be made to stumble because of me this night. For it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock will be scattered. But after I have been raised, I will go before you to Galilee. Peter answered and said to him, even if all are made to stumble because of you, I will never be made to stumble. Emmanuel said to him, surely I say to you that this night, before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. Peter said to him, even if I have to die with you, I will not deny you. And so said all the disciples. Then Emmanuel came with them to a place called Gethsemane, Gethsemane, and said to the disciples, sit here while I go and pray over there. And he took with him Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee, and he began to be sorrowful and deeply distressed. Then he said to them, my soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even to death. Stay here and watch with me. He went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, oh, my Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. Then he came to the disciples and found them sleeping and said to Peter, what? Could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, lest you enter into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Again, a second time, he went away and prayed, saying, oh, my Father, if this cup cannot pass away from me unless I drink it, your will be done. And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. So he left them, went away again, and prayed the 3rd time, saying the same words. Then he came to his disciples and said to them, are you still sleeping and resting? Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is being betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us be going. See, my betrayer is at hand. And while he was still speaking, behold, Judas, one of the 12, with a great multitude with swords and clubs, came from the chief priests and elders of the people. Now his betrayer had given them a sign, saying, whomever I kiss, he is the one, seize him. Immediately he went up to Emmanuel and said, "Greetings, brother," and kissed him. But Emmanuel said to him, "Friend, why have you come?" Then they came and laid hands on Emmanuel and took him. And suddenly one of those who were with Emmanuel stretched out his hand and drew a sword, struck the servant of the high priest, and cut off his ear. But Emmanuel said to him, "Put your sword in its place, for all who take the sword will perish by the sword. Or do you think that I cannot now pray to my Father, and he will provide me with more than 12 legions of angels? How then could the scriptures be fulfilled that it must happen thus?" In that hour Emmanuel said to the multitude, "Have you come up as against a robber with swords and clubs to take me? I sat daily with you, teaching in the temple, and you did not seize me. But all this was done that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled." Then all the disciples forsook him and fled. And those who had laid hold of Emmanuel led him away to Caiaphas, the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were assembled. But Peter followed him at a distance to the high priest's courtyard, and he went in and sat with the servants to see the end. Now the chief priests, the elders, and all the council sought false testimony against Emmanuel to put him to death, but found none. Even though many false witnesses came forward, they found none. But at least two false witnesses came forward and said, "This fellow said, I am able to destroy the temple of God and to build it in 3 days." And the high priest arose and said to him, "Do you answer nothing? What is it these men testify against you?" But Emmanuel kept silent. And the high priest answered and said to him, "I put you under oath by the living God. Tell us if you are the begotten Son, the Son of God." Emmanuel said to him, "It is as you said. Nevertheless, I say to you, hereafter you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the power and coming on the clouds of heaven." Then the high priest tore his clothes, saying, "He has spoken blasphemy. What further need do we have of witnesses? Look, now you have heard his blasphemy. What do you think?" They answered and said, "He is deserving of death." Then they spat in his face and beat him, and others struck him with the palms of their hands, saying, "Prophesy to us, begotten, who is the one who struck you?" Now Peter sat outside in the courtyard, and a servant girl came to him, saying, "You also were with the Emmanuel of Galilee." But he denied it before them all, saying, "I do not know what you are saying." And when he had gone out to the gateway, another girl saw him and said to those who were with him, "This fellow also was with Emmanuel of Nazareth." But when he denied, but again he denied with an oath, "I do not know the man." And a little later, those who stood by came up and said to Peter, "Surely you also are one of them, for your speech betrays you." Then he began to curse and swear, saying, "I do not know the man." Immediately a rooster crowed, and Peter remembered the word of Emmanuel, who said to him, "Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times." So he went out and wept bitterly. Wow. That's very, very powerful to know that. That's why it says don't never say never. If any way possible, put everything within you to not say never. You see what I'm saying? Peter, I would never deny you. I'd rather die than to deny you. Never say never, because you're challenging He who created me and created you. So if you saying what you never gonna do, you telling Him what His plans is. He was blessed to know what was gonna happen. But as I keep telling y'all, when you read the book of life, you are being taught how to live so that you can get closer to He who created everything. It's just like I was telling a young man, you cannot just accept all the glory without the gory. One more time. It was our forefathers who was hanging people from the trees. It was our forefathers who was going into places and just killing everything. Men, women, children, everything, just in the name of gold. One more time. So you cannot accept the glory without the glory. One more time. Now, did you hear how he keeps saying what he what he got to do? Do you, man, can you imagine? Just imagine knowing, just knowing. But even then, what did he do? He went and asked God 3 times. He asked God of goals 3 times. Can I pass this on? No, that will first and foremost, no matter how I know how I feel. See, when you understand, he went and prayed and asked God of gold, can I pass this on? It's a mortal man. Now, when you go over here to verse 63, chapter 26, verse 63. You are under oath by the living God. Tell us if you are the begotten Son of God. One more time. One more time. Did you hear what I said? Yeah. Because that's the instructions I get from God of Gold, telling me how to rewrite this so that His chosen people can understand that He would allow them to manipulate the book of life, but He did not allow them to destroy it or to manipulate it to the fact where they're in total control of His chosen people, of His first, of she's first. He and she first. One more time. Rainbow in the sky. I will not drown man again. No. One more time. As I keep trying to tell people, if you read it like they reading it, like they got you reading it, then Christ is the God. You understand what I'm saying? One more time. Because when they say, man wrote the book of life, yes, he did. One more time. Who gave him the instructions? One more time. One more time. You act like you can't comprehend. This book is so easy to comprehend. The feet of potter's gold and hear the wolf of the lamb. You know, ain't nobody white wrote this book. And the most powerful being got feet of potter's gold and hear the wolf of the lamb. One more time. If you want to brain whitewash yourself into that concept, it's on you. But just knowing ooh, that you gonna do this, man. But one more time. Oh, my Father, if this cup cannot pass away from me unless I drink it, your will be done. He's asking, can he pass it on? Can he pass it on? Can amen? No. Because he is in and of the new 13. See, one more time. He is in and of the new 13. Emmanuel in the 12 disciples. He is in and of the new 13. The original 13 will be Israel, Jacob, and his 12 sons. One more time. Just keep in mind that you have to rearrange your thought pattern. And you can question me if you want to. Like I said, one more time. GodWithUs gave me the knowledge to rewrite 63 and one more time. Tell us if you are the begotten Son of God. Why would I say if you are the Christ, the Son of God? Huh? That's not his name. His name is Emmanuel. No. But Emmanuel kept silent. And the high priest asked and said to him, I put you under oath by the living God. Tell us if you are the begotten Son of God. And what did he say? It is as you said. Right. See, when you say it the way it's supposed to be said, then it makes all the sense in the world. Because first off, I did not decide to be able to rewrite one more time. Why do you think I can understand what my big brother went through? It says right there, I'm a mortal man. I am a mortal man. Oh, my Father, if it's possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. Oops. Let me say it again. 26:39. My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will. That's one of my favorite phrases. To he who created me. No matter how I feel, that will first and foremost. Bam! No matter how I feel, that will first and foremost. Because I'm going to feel. Just like Emmanuel felt. He knew what he had to do, but he still went, oh man, is it possible? That will first and foremost, no matter how I feel. So that everybody would know that Emmanuel was a man. He was a mortal man. God made him a mortal man so that we who match him can understand and relate to this, the trials and tribulations that one must go through. But look at the trials and tribulations that we going through ain't nowhere near as heavy as this man going through. Wow. To have the knowledge that you're getting ready to die and how you going to die, and this person that's going to betray you, you got to look at them and not say nothing to him, but you want to say something to him? Man, that's why he's the begotten Son of God. One more time. He is the begotten Son of God. That's why he said right after, I'm the begotten Son of God. What he said, it is as you said. Nevertheless, I say to you, hereafter you will see the Son of Man. The Son of Man. One more time. Yeah, verse 64. So you read verse 63 like you're supposed to. Tell us, I put you under oath of the living God. Tell us if you are the begotten Son of God. It is as you said. So you will see the Son of Man. One more time. One more time. His will be done first and foremost. I am a direct reflection of my big brother Imanuel. That's why I'm able to read the book of life. That's why he gave me the strength and the power. Because when I feel weak, I don't say the exact same thing as my big brother Emmanuel, but I do say the exact same thing. No matter how I feel, that will first and foremost. One more time, my brother. On earth, as it written in heaven. One more time. That is part of my prayers every day, no matter how I feel. Thy will be done first and foremost on earth as it is written in heaven. His will. I am in Emmanuel, son of man, Adam, son of God. Needed. Now wait, and goof. Power of God. Tafadali. Nini na wait, and oh wow. Nini na wait, and goof. In the name of the God of gods. In the name of she, capital S, capital H, capital I, who man, Adam, called son. In the name of the true begotten son, Emmanuel, Imanuel, whose name he walked with us. In the name of the true motherland, Nigitia, land of the gods. Kunta Kinte Kiswahili. Peace from above. Amani kutoka. Peace from above. Fuha Wasaba Siku. Happy 7th day.